Shay think he know everything. Shay think he know everything.
Hello and welcome back to Shay Think He Know Everything. Do I know it all? Absolutely. That's why I talk about it all. Okay? But we're glad to have you back. If you're coming back, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome all together. You know what we do here. We talk about what I do know in the first segment called What I Do Know. The second segment is What I'm Tired Of. Just things I'm tired of seeing, okay? And the third segment is a word for the day. That word is usually tied to what I've been talking about in the whole cast, okay? Is that all right? Let's go to work. So I'm sure you know why I'm here today, because of the issues surrounding the Winston-Salem student named Leila Hamoud. I hope I got that right, Hamoud. Ma'am, I apologize if I've gotten that wrong. But we're here because of this incident right here. Watch this.
I'm not resisting. You're hurting me really bad, bro. Please get off of me. And she's still standing there letting this happen.
Exactly.
I hate you.
It already escalated. She must have come out and hit him.
I swear to God, I hate you. I swear to God, I hate you. I swear to God, I hate you, bro. You're the worst teacher ever. You get me taken out of handcuffs because I want to apologize? Because I want to apologize? You started yelling at me. You trying to embarrass me about my paper. You're a terrible teacher.
Is somebody recording this?
Oh,
everybody
I
is.
hope you're recording everybody because that's ridiculous.
Yes, that really
her job
is.
for letting this shit happen. She sit here and say she loves black people and stuff, but you let this happen to her.
I want everybody to hear this. It was apologizing, you can stay, or if not, we're taking you out of handcuffs. And now, but listen, at the time, they did not say anything about charges, they did not say anything about arrest. Now that I'm in here, they're saying I have not only one, but 2 charges and I'm going to county jail. So if you're apologizing, if I would have known that, I would have apologized right there. I would have apologized right there, sir, if I didn't know I was going to be arrested for not apologizing.
So as you saw in that video, apparently there was an issue in the classroom. The professor called the police. The police came and cuffed her in front of everybody in the class. And then in the next video, you could see where she was trying to plead her case in the hallway with the students. Okay, so what apparently happened here is they were having some sort of a mild disagreement in the classroom. The student, Miss Leila, apparently said something the professor didn't like, and she made sure, let me just check my mic here, she said the girl can either apologize or be taken away in handcuffs. Well, apparently she didn't apologize, and the police came, cuffed her, took her away. Okay, so here's what I do know is that the whole thing is damn stupid, right? This we shouldn't even be talking about this right now. This shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. I don't know why we here. I don't know why this is an issue. I don't know. Listen, I'm disappointed in the teacher. First off, that's what I do know, in the professor. Okay, Miss Professor, I'm not sure if you know this, but they say I think I know everything. So let me help you out, Miss Professor. The class is yours. You set the overall tone for the class, right? Ma'am, your job is to model the behavior that you want to see, right? Your job is to keep an even flow in the classroom, ma'am, okay? Ma'am, my suggestion to you is that if you can't manage a classroom at that level, you probably should find something else to do, okay? This is not a high school class. These is a college class. This is a young adult you're dealing with, right? And so, ma'am, as the professor, you are tasked, right? As being in charge of the classroom, you are charged or tasked with acting and reflecting with the most level head, right? You should be the most level-headed person in the classroom. And you're charged with that because you're the professor. It's your classroom, right? So if the young lady didn't want to apologize or she was upset, it's your job to then figure out, as the professor, the one who runs the class, is to figure out how to handle that without the police, right? The second thing I do know about the police, in this case, is they're all dumbasses, right? Complete idiots. The police, let me tell you something. If I was a police officer and I was called to a classroom at a college campus, meaning at a minimum, these are all adults, right? I'm just trying to keep it 100 with y'all, right? At a minimum, these are all adults. Right? If I'm called to this classroom and a professor tells me take this person away in handcuffs because they didn't apologize, as the police, I'm going to pull this professor in the hall and say, ma'am, put your big girl panties on and handle this classroom, right? If you can't handle this classroom, you need to find something else to do, just like I said earlier. But you don't call the police when your feelings is hurt, ma'am. You don't do that. You don't call the police when your feelings is hurt or you feel like somebody got the better of you in the classroom. And that's what has me mad at the police, is y'all was so damn dumb, you went to the classroom and arrested the girl. Now, my question is, okay, what did the professor say when she called the police that made them dispatch police to the classroom? I'm not dispatching police because somebody didn't say I'm sorry. So the question is, what did the professor say to even get police dispatched to the classroom, right? And then whatever was said to get police dispatched was not the case when the police got there, right? Because I'm telling you, I have never been a police officer in my life, but knowing that the professor is tasked with being the one who should act with the most level head, if I'm the police and I get there and you tell me, I'm going to say this again, and you tell me, the police officer, take her out because she won't apologize, yeah. Again, professor, put your big girl drawers on now and handle your business in here, okay? This is something you easily could have said, Miss Leila, let's sidebar this conversation and we'll talk about it after class. That's how you could have handled that. It was just that simple. But see, no, you had it in your mind, Miss Professor. So I'm just going to talk from what I think I know now. This is what I do know section. No, see, Miss Professor got it in her mind. This little black ass gal, I ain't finna talk to her like that. That's what the professor had in her damn mind. Now, is she going to say that? No. Is anybody else going to say that? No, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to say it. Because the professor decided, no, this little black ass gal ain't finna talk to me like this, so I'm going to call the police. Okay? And then the dumbass police get there and they damn cuff the girl. See, this is all ridiculous, right? And then Winston-Salem University, this shouldn't even be a long investigation, right? Because you should have it all. And I'm going to tell you one more time, Winston-Salem, you better get on that call and see what the professor said to even get police dispatched to the class. Because I'm absolutely certain police aren't being dispatched to college classrooms because somebody didn't say I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, right? So the real question is, which part of this professor's privilege did she use to get the police to come to the classroom at an HBCU, right? Listen, man, I've worked with children, and I've worked with children, high school, 17, 18 years old of age. At no point have I ever had to call the police because a child was rowdy in the class or wouldn't say I'm sorry. At no point did I ever had to call the police for nothing like that. Okay? Listen, that was my classroom, and I let the kids know I run this. And so if it's an issue that we don't handle, we going to handle it right here. Okay? But I wasn't calling the police. Somebody didn't say I'm sorry. Do you know, working with that age group, 16, 17, 18, do you know how many discussions or disagreements I've had with students, right? that were probably way worse than what was in this classroom right here. Way worse. None of us called the police. Why? Because I knew that as the person in charge of the class, I was tasked with being the one to act with the most level head, right? And so I had to make sure that that's what I was doing. That did not involve calling the police. Okay? So at the end of the day, my disappointment is with the professor, and my real disgust is with the police, because you put cuffs on this woman. And you went there apparently knowing that this issue was about some student not apologizing, and you cuffed this girl, right? And there are white and black police there, and this ain't a white or black thing with me. This is a stupidity thing, okay? Everybody was stupid. The professor, the police, all y'all was just dumb as shit. And I don't know what the hell got into y'all that particular day. And I did say particular. I know that's what I said. I don't know what got into y'all. But yep, if there was a Dumbass of the Day award, all of the police and the professor and whoever dispatched the police, probably. Well, I can't say that because, like I said, you don't know what that woman said to even get police dispatched to that class, right? Because you had to say somebody was in danger. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to say this one last time before I move on to the next segment. I know good and hell well that a professor didn't call the police and say this girl didn't say or won't say I'm sorry, send the police. I can guarantee y'all that a police was not dispatched for that reason. So dear Winston-Salem State University, you need to find out what she said on that call, because it apparently got police dispatched, right? And then you can see the poor officer at the end trying to make sense of it. Well, sir, you've already proved you're an idiot, so stop trying to make sense of anything. When you cuffed that girl, you showed the entire world how dumb you were, sir. Okay? I'm done with that. Okay, that just got me pissed. Okay, the whole campus, the whole college owes Miss Leila an apology. Okay? It's just ridiculous. Goodness. And I'm only smiling because of my frustration, right? I'm smiling because I'm frustrated that this is even an issue. This shouldn't even be an issue. Well, let's move on to what I'm tired of, since we're talking about police. I'm just tired of police using the most poor judgment I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, every time there's a bad police interaction, most of that time that I have seen, it's been the police that have used the poorest judgment I have ever seen in my life. Like, let's take this issue we were talking about. Once I got to the classroom and I realized that the lady called the police because somebody did not want to say I'm sorry, I would have pulled that teacher in the hall and been like, ma'am, this is your classroom. These are your students. If you cannot manage at this level, you need to find something else to do. But the police of Winston-Salem University or this surrounding area have better things to do than come over here and be bothered with you because your feelings would hurt. To be bothered with you because you didn't like what the girl said. To be bothered with you because you simply wanted this little black-ass gal to apologize. That's just poor I'm so sick of police using poor judgment and then people getting in behind the police. This has got to stop. And this is a very small level. We ain't talking about the levels of police brutality, because that's poor judgment too. You know what I'm saying? And this is somebody who's talking to you, who's worked in mental health, who has worked in places where I've had to prevail with a level head, or I could be arrested, or I can go to jail, or I can get hurt, or I can be killed, okay, in a professional setting. So what I'm just saying is, police, please do your best to use the sense that God gave you. Okay, and I'm not saying on every instance. I understand there are some instances based on your training, you have to move into what you were taught in training, and I understand that. But this particular issue we talking about, yeah, Dumbass of the Day award. I would have not wasted my time, and I would have let that professor know how disgusted I was with her, that you have wasted these people's time, the taxpayer dollars, to call us over here because you was in your feelings, because somebody didn't say I'm sorry. And the little girl probably did say something you didn't like, but that's not what you call the police for. And I'm offended that you did not do that. Okay? I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. So, I don't know. But what I'm tired of is police using very poor, and I don't mean like split second had to, no. This was like, really? And then you cuffed the poor child. I'm tired of police being dumb. Okay? I'm tired of that. And a lot of cases you see, even in like police brutality, sure, it might be about race, but it's more about just the police being dumb as hell and having a lack of relational skills. That's a whole nother show, is relational skills. That's a whole nother thing, okay? But that's what you see. When you see police doing stupid shit, it's because they are exercising a lack of good judgment and a lack of relational skills. And so that's what I'm tired. I'm tired of that. So, and I'm laughing. My laughter is out of frustration, y'all. Because I keep saying, I'm gonna say it one more time, this shouldn't even be an issue. We shouldn't even be talking about this. And the reason why we're talking about it is because the police failed. Because if the police had gotten there and said, Professor, stop wasting our time with this stupid shit, this wouldn't even be on the internet. Okay? So, dear Winston-Salem police, this is your fault. All this here, this on you. Okay? Because you could have nipped this in the bud when you got to the damn classroom. That's all. Let's do a word for the day on this whole, because I want to really bring this in. Okay? The word for the day is stupid. That's the word for the day. The word for the cast. It is stupid. Okay? The word for today is stupid. Okay? Let's spell that for you. It's an adjective. Okay? And it is spelled S-T-U-P-I-D. S-T-U-P-I-D. Stupid. It's an adjective. Okay? And the definition, here's what I love about definition. The definition is lacking ordinary quickness and keenness of mind. Lacking ordinary quickness and keenness of mind. Let's talk about that word ordinary. The ordinary just won't do. I need a love that's pure and true. I can always find it in you, Jesus. Hey, the ordinary. Another shout out to Commission. Okay, Commission is a contemporary gospel group that has been around for probably the better part of 35 years. That's one of their best albums. That album is entitled "The Ordinary." Just won't do. Stupid. Lacking ordinary quickness and keenness of mind. Okay. The best word in this definition is ordinary. Lacking ordinary, right? It would have taken ordinary judgment to get to that classroom and be like, Professor, I understand that you're upset, but ma'am, you don't call the police because your feelings are hurt. You don't call the police because somebody doesn't apologize. That, dear police officers, would have taken ordinary quickness. That wouldn't have taken an Einstein level decision making process, right? That would have taken ordinary. Turn to somebody and say, have mercy God, ordinary. That wouldn't have taken an extra amount of decision making skills. Ordinary quickness. Dear police officers, you get into the classroom and saying, ma'am, you don't call us for that. That would have taken ordinary keenness, ordinary, not extraordinary, not extraordinary, right? It would take an ordinary quickness. That's why in the last segment, I said I'm tired of police using poor judgment, because that was stupid, police officers. And it was stupid because you lacked ordinary quickness. That was an ordinary decision, right? Ma'am, you don't call us here for that. Ordinary. Okay? Stupid is the word, okay? But the word in the definition is ordinary. Ordinary train of thought. Ordinary. Lacking ordinary quickness. Like, I would need to call into question all them police officers. Like, how dare you get there and see that's what the issue is and not be like, Professor, don't ever call with this nonsense again. You mad because somebody didn't say I'm sorry. You mad because somebody didn't apologize. And you call the police for that? And then you tell this poor child, apologize or be taken in away in handcuffs? Like, I don't care what she said. Short of making a physical or a physical threat. Like if the poor girl had said, ma'am, I'm going to kill you. Ma'am, I'm going to kill you right now. Well, then you call the police for that because there's a threat. But if she just said, Professor, shut your dumb ass up, you wrong. Yeah, the child is wrong for that, but not arrest wrong, not call the police wrong. Okay? And at the end of the day, if the discussion was that big, I would have said, Miss Leila, let's table this right now. We'll finish the class and talk later. But see, she got in her feelings. And it is my opinion that she got in her feelings and said, quote unquote, this is what I'm thinking the professor saying, oh, this little black ass gal. Well, the word for the day was stupid. Lacking ordinary quickness and keenness of mind. It doesn't say lacking extraordinary, and I keep pushing that because that's why I'm so upset, because the police didn't use an ordinary quickness. You didn't make an ordinary judgment. Man, don't call us here for that. With that being said,
Man, Shay think he know everything.
we're not going to go out like that today. I'm going to go out with this. I don't know who these two people are, but I saw this on Instagram. And so we're going to go out with this song. If I ever needed you, need you now. If I ever need. Y'all enjoy, okay? Thank you for coming. I love you, mama. Love you, daddy. Drink some water. Hug somebody. Tell somebody you love them. Smile at people.
If I ever need, I need you now. If I ever need you, if I ever needed you, I need you more than ever now. You are everything to me. If I ever need you, oh yes. If